I don't know what happened with that, but that was not fun, Johnson. That's okay. Fine. It is what it is. Stuff happens. What up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. What is the goings on, Wolfpack? Anybody still up at this crazy, ridiculous hour? Couple people hanging around. Well, this is a Tim Black Show. It's Monday. This is how we get down on the 15th of March, soon to be 16th of March. And we got a couple things I'd like to cover. If you're hanging around and want to watch the live recording of a live show, do that. I encourage it. I support it. Hey, I hope you do. Let's go and check and make sure people on Facebook and YouTube can hear the show. Let's go to, let's go to Facebook. Mix it up a little bit. Facebook love out this joint. Donald Nicholas is out here. Evan Miller is out here. Jose Ramos, who wants a tequila shot? Sir? 2, please. Thank you. Uno dos. Dos shots. What's up, Gladys? Jeanette Lewis. Evan Miller. Paula Smith in the house. We got the crew, guys. We got the crew. What's up, Riley, Loretta? Little John, Dolores, Margarita. Yes, Rochelle is in the house. How you doing? How's it going? Hope everybody's doing okay. T.W. Manson. Gerard. DeAndre says Los Angeles is in the house. LA in the house, y'all. Carlos, what's up? Jose said we need a Tim Johnson Latino. I feel you, man. Oh, look, everyone's a Johnson. Bob Griffin. Griffith. There we go. Bob Griffin in the house, y'all. Give it that. If you guys could share it out a little bit. Goodness gracious, they leaving, man. Woo! Oh, man. Boy, I tell you, man. Look. Facebook people, appreciate you for being here tonight. I appreciate that. That's dope. We're going to do it, Maria. We're going to do it. We're going to find our tribe. Lay low. Steve, what's up? Also, we got some people on YouTube. We got Belky Hernandez coming through strong. Give it up for Belky and Cody. And Brian and KQ and Schultze and Dinah M16. A man called David up in this joint. That's what I'm talking about. Mama Alaska's up in here. Jay Toy, Lewis Hinton. Okay. Laura Merritt. Yes. Gira's in the house. Sable Winters is here. How you doing, Sable? And is that the Wolf Clan? KQ and the Wolf Clan. I like that. That's dope. Got the Wolf Pack, got the Wolf Clan. I like the Sacramento, California in the house. Hey, Tim, what's up? We got some love, Emerson. What's going on? Plurally Magood. Sheldon, what's up? How you doing? We got some cornbread in the house, man. Give it up for the cornbread. Man, a man called David, brother. So guys, it is up and cracking. I don't even know if that works. Does that work? I don't see anything. I don't see a thing working with that. They got these buttons and stuff. Right, so forget the buttons, Tim Black. Just give us the news, Johnson. Okay, so here's what I got. The settings look right. The sound looks like it's good. People could hear me do the shout-outs anyway. So that's enough. That's enough to get us going. I'm truly sick of all the Dems. I'm sick of both parties, Johnson. Oh, I'm sick of both parties. I'm sick of both parties, Johnson. Okay. If you're new to the show, on Mondays, I give a couple of news stories. We try to get people caught up on what happened since Friday, sort of since Friday. And then Tuesdays, we take phone calls. We do news, but then we take phone calls. Wednesday, we take a break. Try to get caught up, try to create content. Thursdays, we back with the news. And Fridays, we got phone calls again. Bam, that's the trifecta, Johnson. Or fourfecta. That's the fourfecta. The fish fillet. Okay. Let's do this. Where we going to start here? We got some stuff to start with, Johnson. This is where we're at. TBTV in the house. Let's start with this. Okay. People are protecting Joe Biden. Big time. They're running the interference. They're doing what they need to block for him. They're trying to protect him from us. But more than protecting Joe Biden from us, they're protecting Joe Biden from Joe Biden because Joe Biden has a tendency to be bad for Joe Biden. Here's this thing that's going around right now, which is, where's Joe Biden? No, seriously, people don't know what Joe Biden is. Now, I said this during the primaries, okay? Joe Biden been hiding. Now, he's back to hiding again. Remember when he went undercover? I don't know where when he dropped off the face of the planet? Andrew Cuomo decided to take an opportunity to come out and do a lot more press conferences. It took a lot of heat off Joe Biden's ass, but it didn't take long for the student to outshine the master. Right? So the attention went from Joe Biden. And people going, where's Joe? Where's Joe? Even Jim Clyburn had to come out and said, I know Joe, but I don't know where Joe is. Where is Joe? He's the most progressive, most indivisible president, potential president. So that's where we're at now. We're right back to it. And then that's what made Cuomo give his ascension and be on all the radars as being the guy that would take over for Joe Biden if he couldn't make it. Well, obviously Joe Biden made it. He became the nominee despite all the odds. And then he became the president despite all those odds. And here we are right now. And we're back to Joe Biden being missing. And it's not just my opinion. It's the opinion and the fact of the numbers. In avoiding news conferences, Biden sets modern presidential record. Yeah, he's been gone, Johnson. Halfway through his first 100 days in office, Joe Biden still hasn't given a formal press conference. It's probably not the most important issue facing the Republic, but it's not unimportant either. In America, this has traditionally meant the top elected officials in the land occasionally, guys, stand before the press to take a few direct questions. Now, this is not a conspiracy by leftists or socialists or the right wing or alt-right or QAnon or any of that stuff, right? This is what we've come to expect out of a president. And I'm not, look, this is not, hey, man, we need him to tweet more. Or we need Biden to start doing TikTok videos. Or damn, why isn't he cooking on the gram like AOC? Or damn, why isn't he dancing on TikTok like Ilhan Omar? No. We're just talking about being accountable. We're talking about before Trump. Since there's been presidents with the ability to hold press conferences, and hell, not even TV. Press conferences held via radio. There's a precedent that presidents answer questions. And not in the comfy confines of the Oval Office or walking through past people and you can act like you didn't hear them. Here it goes. Over the last week or so, the Washington press corps has grown increasingly vocal about its lack of direct access to the president. We got sources from the Washington Post, ABC News, CNN, Vox, and of course, Fox News. It's not a small thing that the leader of our country has stood hasn't stood for questions in the midst of multiple crises. Now, I found this one funny. The Invisible President. I think this was out of the week. I just thought that was a nice title. And that's Biden when he's not there, but there's his aviator glasses. Okay, so since taking the oath of office on January 20, Biden has been a fixture of 21st century media, giving speeches virtually, sitting for interviews with select media outlets, releasing videos on social media platforms, engaging in reporters' short bursts of Q&A at the tail ends of Oval Office photo ops. But according to the American Presidency Project, a scholarly initiative by the University of California, Santa Barbara, that collects all the public papers of the presidents online, the modern president who went the furthest into his term without conducting a solo news conference until Biden was George W. Bush. He waited 33 days before doing so. President Eisenhower waited 28 days. Barack Obama, 27. So what's Biden up to now? 50? What's the number? Somebody knows the number. I don't have the number in front of me. How many days is Biden? It's 100 days, right? Hold on, let me think. The 20th, February, March. No, not that long. It's over 50 days, right? Hey, Google. How many days has Joe Biden been president? Hey, Google. How many days has Joe Biden been president? I must have unplugged it. It was annoying, but now I need it and I can't get it. Somebody shout it out, guys. 52 maybe. Okay, Trill South says 52. Tim, it's not important. It is important. He's doubling up, Johnson. He's doubling up on it. So look, guys. Now, okay, so we've already ascertained, right? This is not a smear campaign. Because you know they like to paint everything. Any criticism has to be a smear. It couldn't be a legitimate questioning, okay? And as I stated before, there are news entities, the Washington Post, ABC, CNN, Vox, all pretty friendly to Joe Biden. All pretty friendly to Joe Biden. And all of them are critical or asking questions and running headlines on top of the fold, virtual fold of like, where's Joe Biden? And this is not regular. So one of the things I like pointing out on this show is for new viewers who are new to politics and kind of just woke up like, wow, what's this political thing? I like pointing out the hypocrisy of our media so people can understand better why things are not being told correctly. Here goes a media entity. Let's go to this person. Now, I don't know who this person works for. Zach Picanzas. And I'm sure we could find him. Husband and wife sit down at the kitchen table. Husband. So we just got $2,800. Wife. And we got a vaccine faster than expected. Right. And our kids' school just got money to reopen faster. But I can't shake the feeling that Biden isn't holding enough press conferences. See, what they like to do is gaslight you, mess with your head, and pretend it's not customary to hold those press conferences. Or that you got to pick and choose. So what this guy's telling us, he's a hack, obviously. He's a Joe Biden sycophant. What they're telling us, and you saw the 128,000 likes, right? That's a lot of likes. They're telling you can't have both. You can't have somebody work on your behalf and talk to you. As if Joe Biden is actually busting his ass to give you vaccines. As if he's walking around with the needle, doing something with that. Or as if he went down and manned the machines to put in the data to send out stimulus checks. No, he's not doing any of that physical work. He has implanted people, he has delegated that work to be done. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of work in doing this. Oh God, that's painful. I don't know how he could possibly survive signing executive orders. But be that as it may, former presidents before him, and I mean every president before him, has found the ability, wartime or has there ever been a peacetime? Probably not, Johnson. All other presidents have found a time to be able to hold press conferences and do the affairs of the nation. Because not everybody's happy, Mr. Petikanis. Yeah, some people are upset about this stimulus check. Some people didn't get a stimulus check. Some people's stimulus check was way too small, and we'll get more into some of the polls surrounding stimulus and the COVID relief bill. But everybody's not sitting around the kitchen table singing praises to Joe Biden. They're too busy doing their best to break the table down to make firewood. Some people lost the table a long time ago. But you wouldn't know that, and you wouldn't give a shit. You couldn't be bothered. Press conferences give the media an opportunity to hold Joe Biden accountable, ask questions, and be given direct answers on important questions. Now, we all know presidents are very skilled at dodging questions. Which brings me to my last point. I feel that Joe Biden doesn't want to hold press conferences because Joe Biden ain't good at press conferences. If you give him a mic, he'll say something he shouldn't say. He'll promise something he has no intention of delivering on, and then he'll be on the record saying it. This is why most of the time during this campaign, he didn't promise shit. He didn't really say anything. He talked about restoring the guiding light or something on the hill, or talked about racism and ending racism, and no structured way in which that would actually happen. He made this campaign totally about getting rid of Donald Trump. And now that he's done that, I guess, if he keeps talking, people might want to get rid of him. I'm just saying. Don't hide your president, okay? Don't hide your president. Don't cover for him. Let him be a president. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. He's virile, right? He's not lost in the mall, wondering which mall he's at, or if he drove or took the bus or took an Uber, or he was taken by Secret Service, is he? No, he's not. He's not hiding somewhere in a dungeon basement playing Xbox, the new Xbox. No, he's not. At least I hope not. It's not good for his Constitution. No, I hope that he's somewhere well and fair, doing well, and able to do his damn job. But you, media entities who don't talk about it, are part of the problem. Well, we'll be holding Joe Biden accountable just like we did our best to hold Trump accountable, because we crazy like that. We think both parties suck. Not just the one in power, and that's just the one that the other team likes. All right. And with that, we'll go to the new, this is crazy. Ever since they got rid of Trump, I guess the media has been trying to come up with something. I know the Democrats have been trying to come up with something that they're sorely missing. A boogeyman. Here goes the boogeyman coming right up after this. Don't miss it. You guys ready? Let's go to the next one. Here goes the next story, guys. We're good? We're good. Is this okay over here? Got to move this way a little bit. We're going to have a clip in this one. All right. Ever since Donald Trump left the Oval Office, ratings have been down. I'm going down. Who sang that? Down. Oh, Mary J. Blige. They're going down like Mary J. Blige. That's it. Give it up for that. Ha ha, remember. Ever since Donald Trump left the Oval Office, Ratings on cable news networks have been doing the Mary J. Blige. That's right, Johnson. They've been going down. And look, they're upset about it. They're worried because they need the money. They can't go around getting you to watch them covering, things that matter like poverty, people losing their jobs, unsafe working conditions, lack of working conditions, and there's just so much mileage they could get out of two assholes taunting an Uber driver. Believe me, they tried. So they're kind of stuck. And no one quite has the ability to siphon attention like Donald Trump. Donald Trump's been effectively pulling in attention since the late 80s. He's the quintessential P.T. Barnum, wrapped in a jar of I don't give a damn, served over a nice bit of give me money. I don't know. He's a capitalistic wonder dog, and he's an attraction magnet to attention. And this guy, wow, they miss him. They miss him so badly, and they're looking very badly for someone to replace him. They tried with that lady with the gun in Congress, MJT or whatever her name was, BLT or BM or something. I forget her name. But she didn't last long because she wasn't controversial enough. She didn't like being taunted. It's not always good. Some people get depressed. So they were looking for somebody that doesn't give a damn what you say about them and will double down and triple down on the most horrible aspects of the culture wars. And ladies and gentlemen, I bring you with no further ado, Tucker Carlson. Yes, they've created a boogeyman. And behold, it's one that was already here. But now they want you to think this boogeyman is now way worse than it was before. This is a new boogeyman. You thought the old Tucker was bad. You got to see the new Tucker. Mother Tucker.
Tucker Carlson is the new Donald Trump. Tucker has taken Trump's place as a right-wing leader, as an outrage generator, as a fire starter. And it's all happening on Fox, just like Trump's campaign did. Which means Rupert and Lachlan Murdoch are ultimately responsible. I mean, think about all the ways these two men are similar. Every day, Carlson is throwing bombs, making online memes, offending millions of people, also delighting millions of others, tapping into white male rage and resentment, stoking distrust of big tech and the media, generally coarsening the discourse, never apologizing for anything, and setting the GOP's agenda.
Hey, Brian, you left out. Totally making us happy as a pig in slop. Yeah. Also, damn, he's doing a good job of doing our job. Making our jobs easier, our lives easier. And also, you would like to have his baby. Or your network would. That's how much you love what he's doing. Continue.
Sounds like a recently retired president, right? Even before the 2020 election, there was informed speculation about Carlson as a 2024 candidate. Of course, some of Carlson's detractors say, he's just a troll, he's just really good at ticking people off. But isn't that what they said about Trump for years? Yes, Tucker is known to critique Trump and the Republican Party from time to time.
Oh my God, so is Brian Seltzer here saying that did they think that Tucker's going to run for president? Oh, God. They're using any mechanism to scare Democrats, man. So Trump might not run, but we might get Tucker. Mother Tucker.
This time last year, he was at Mar-a-Lago trying to convince Trump to take COVID more seriously. But Tucker tells the same conspiratorial us versus them story that Trump told. The same they're out to get you story that Trump told for years.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnson. There's no Democrats telling that they're out to get your story. I mean, the entire reason why black people vote for the Democrats is that you tell a story of how the Republicans are out to get them. That the Republicans want to lynch them all. Us all. Me too. I'm in that group. But you understand what I'm saying? But now it's only the Tuckers and Trumps that play us versus them. No, man, it takes two groups to form opposition parties.
It's the paranoid style in American politics all over again. And Tucker now soaks up some of the same social media fury that Trump did. He stokes the same debates that Trump did. And it raises the same predicament that Trump raised 5 or 6 years ago. Whether and how to cover his claims. I mean, here's just some of what Tucker did in a single week.
He just says, it raises the question if we should cover him. And then what does Brian do? What does Brian do? He proceeds to cover him because, damn it, Johnson, he's good for ratings.
Past week. He said pregnant service members are a mockery to the U.S. military and claimed the U.S. has a national masculinity crisis. And when military officials rebuked his comments, he flipped out and doubled down.
God bless him. Good for ratings. Good for views. Good for clicks.
Tucker also spent an entire segment berating a New York Times reporter because she had the audacity to call out online harassment. And then he blasted the Times for defending her.
Hey, I heard there's a little bit more to that story. Something about her slamming and smearing some other people first, which kind of kicked that story off. Hey, I haven't read the whole story, but I heard there's more than one side to it. But who cares? Keep going, Brian. You're on a donut roll.
He tried to rewrite history about George Floyd's death and said American leaders used Floyd to enshrine, quote, open racism in nearly all of our institutions.
Now, that was some bullshit. I agree with you there, Brian. Continue.
And he mocked Meghan Markle, and he defended Piers Morgan, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. And it all is because of these individuals on screen. What Tucker wants is attention. What Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch want for him is attention.
Oh, come on now. Come on, guys. Was it or was it not? CNN that covered every little bit of that Russian scare bullshit for the better part of 4 years. Now, what did they do that for? Huh? So only one network wants attention, Brian? I tell you, man, the hypocrisy, guys, is unending. All these cable networks want attention. Hell, even us and independent media want attention. It's all about attention. That's what the whole game is. In fact, this segment is to get attention to who? To Tucker, true, but also to you, Brian. You teleprompter reading asshole who can't string together a sentence without reading it on the teleprompter thing.
As this headline put it, Tucker is the post-Trump MAGA champion, firmly supplanting Sean Hannity at this point as the #1 star on Fox News, with ratings far ahead of anyone else on Fox. And by the way, other shows re-air his comments all day long. Fox.
Far ahead of your damn show too, and Anderson Cooper's show, and Don Lemon's show, and all other shows too. Hey, say he tried to gloss over it. Yeah, he's kicking Sean's ass, but your ass ain't even on the board, Brian.
News is increasingly the Tucker Carlson channel, and the Murdochs recently cut a deal with Tucker to expand his profile on Fox's streaming service too. It's ultimately all about the Murdochs and what they want, how they're going to keep the profits flowing by giving the viewers more and more radicalized content, led by Tucker Carlson.
Hey, look, I cannot stand Tucker Carlson, but I also can't stand Brian. Yeah, I mean, I'm equally yoked, Johnson. Both are horrible. I'm not going to say who's worse. I'll just say Tucker's more damaging because Tucker's better at his job. Brian wish he could be as damaging as Tucker is. He just can't be because he's ill-equipped. The way that he's been able to maintain a position or job in media all this time, being as interesting as salted snails on the sidewalk. Damn. No teleprompter. It's amazing to me. Like, I don't understand how he's able to keep an audience that he didn't buy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's something.
So what does this tell us about the state of the right-wing media? And what does it mean for Biden's White House? Let's bring in S.C. Cupp, the CNN political commentator and nationally syndicated columnist. Eric Wemple, a longtime Tucker watcher, media critic for The Washington Post. April Ryan, a White House correspondent and Washington bureau chief for The Grio. And the one, the only David Zerwick, the media critic for The Baltimore Sun. S.C., am I right or wrong that Tucker is the new Donald Trump?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I can't decide if he's the rich man.
No, it's not. Like, SC, answer the question. Is he the new Donald Trump?
Man's Trump or the poor man's Trump? In some ways, he's smarter than Trump, which is
so.
which is disappointing to people like me who know him.
Donald Trump became president. Just saying.
Because he could be making very good substantive arguments about conservatism and politics that you might disagree with, but that would be a lot more policy based. I think, though, in some ways, the Murdochs are relieved that the GOP no longer wants to tackle substance and policy and just wants to live in the culture wars. They make for much better television, which is why I think, to your point, you're seeing Fox become the Tucker channel, the 24-hour Tucker.
Fox has become the Tucker channel because the Tucker channel is influential and it makes money. Anything that's working for you, you want to do more of it. You know, go on Tucker. Never criticize Tucker. Act as if what he says, and the only time you cover him is when you agree with him, and when he says something that you can kind of pry your audience into thinking it was good policy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about independent media. My bad.
Channel, and Tucker is leaning into that kind of coverage and instead of doing the stuff that he used to do, that he's more than capable of doing, that Trump never could.
April Ryan, do you think Tucker is a thorn in the side of the Biden administration? Is it a problem? Do you think the White House cares about his daily attacks?
Now, April Ryan's only purpose being on this is to say things that make no sense, to gaslight from a black perspective. Case in point.
Everyone cares about Tucker Carlson, the entertainer's attacks. He is a
No, everyone doesn't care about Tucker Carlson's attacks. Most Americans don't give a shit about Tucker Carlson's attacks. In fact, most Americans don't watch Tucker Carlson. So no, everyone doesn't care. Gaslight.
thorn in the Biden side. He's a thorn in everyone's side. He is stirring a deadly witch's.
Now he's a thorn in everyone's side. Who's everyone, Johnson? It's not a thorn in my side. Whose side is he a thorn in?
Brew in his cauldron, all for the purposes of gaining more attention. His cauldron, all thorn in the Biden side. He's a thorn in everyone's side. He is stirring a deadly witch's brew in his cauldron, all for the purposes of gaining more attention and more people, which translates to money for Fox. Tucker Carlson has put a lot of people's lives on the line for his entertainment purposes.
Oh, I thought you said he was doing it for money. Which is why the grill hired you over, said like a journalist. And why they hired Brian and why they hired Rachel and Don Lemon and everybody else that they hired. Come on, Johnson. Like, look, don't make me defend Tucker Carlson's bullshit. I'm not going to do it. But what I'm also not going to do is pretend that all the other networks aren't looking to do the same thing, which is get attention.
That
Lives
goes
on the
out
line?
to millions of Americans around the world. Lives on the line. Taylor Lorenz.
So now Tucker Carlson is putting people's lives on the line. You know who's putting people's lives on the line right now? Joe Biden, when he literally drops bombs and takes people's lives. But April won't talk about that. Neither will Brian, neither will... I don't know the rest of these guys.
Board. People throw out lives on the line. Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz. Lives on the line. Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz. When Tucker.
Even Brian's like, cut the shit, lady. Look, I want you to be the pissed off Negro, but come on. Have something real to be pissed off about. Said he was witch's brew with a cauldron, and now you're saying he's killing people.
Carlson puts you on his target board. People throw out crazy threats and death threats, and she has to, in exchange, speak loudly and publicly so people can see what's happening to save her life. Trust me, I understand, because
To save her life.
I have been a target of Tucker Carlson.
Oh, God. I knew somehow it would get back to you that time you had an argument with Trump. And look, let's just be real, Johnson. That was a gift given to April. Because if not for Trump being rude to April that one time or those 2 times, you wouldn't even know who April is. It's really what it is, Johnson. That's just the fact of the matter. She should be sending thank you notes to Donald Trump. Right?
You know, Tucker would say he gets lots of threats as well, that everybody gets threats. And I would say all of
Look at Spineless Brian trying to act like he's calling it straight. Stop faking, Brian.
that is despicable, and the temperature should be lowered. But Tucker oftentimes raises the temperature. Yeah. Let's look at what he did.
See how he does it? Let me be reasonable. Let me get back on the side I'm supposed to be on. I wouldn't want to actually be fair or balanced or, even though that's what we call ourselves, fair and balanced. But we wouldn't want to actually call it straight. Just say something so it looks like we're calling it straight, and then go right along and say the thing that's partial. We're almost done here, Johnson.
During Biden's primetime speech, this wasn't just Tucker's doing. This was Fox as a network, putting up these banners saying,
Hold on, they said this wasn't just Tucker's doing. This was Fox as a network. Of course it's their network doing it. It's a fucking ticker. He's not working the ticker.
Stand by, everybody. I know Biden's speaking. You don't want to hear from him, but Tucker's about to respond. They put up this live Tucker Carlson reaction cam in the corner of the screen. All right, so let's get out our own Tucker Carlson reaction cam.
All right, that's enough, Johnson. Hey, look, man. It bothers me that I'm put in the unenviable position where I have to, be a moment of, be reasonable when it comes to this. I can't stand Tucker. I think Tucker's full of shit. Tucker is all culture war nonsense, very light on substance, and he says things that are insightful, that are inciting people, but he's trying to put asses in the seats. And it's the problem with our cable media all over, our corporate media all over. It's not just Tucker Carlson. What I will say is Tucker recently, if you want a substantive critique of him, how about the way that Tucker, what was the thing he just did? He just, the Dr. Seuss shit. Yeah, he made Dr. Seuss into like a thing and lied about the books that were actually being pulled. He made up books that weren't being pulled and left out that there were 50 books altogether and like 44 of them are still available. But he made people at home, the average Fox watcher, the 75-year-old white guy from Nantucket or whatever, think that all the Dr. Seuss books are gone. So he did a bunch of gaslighting. And the gaslighting he just did with the military. I mean, it's just horrible the way he threw military women under the bus as if they haven't given their lives as well as men. So, these are substantive, real criticisms of Tucker. But to say that he's the new Trump, it just reeks of desperation and envy. Yeah, he's got... CNN has viewer envy. Or people envy. Ratings envy. All right, guys, I will keep covering the BS, which is CNN and MSNBC and Fox News, but my next story will be a little bit different. It's cancel culture. Because they're doubling down on it on Fox. See, I do one where I go at CNN, and the next one I'm going to go after the 5. Because I don't like Greg Gutfeld. He's full of shit. Stay tuned for that, John, so you don't want to miss it. All right, guys. This is a little doodad here. I've been working on. It's called How to Gut Failed. Gut failed, Tim. Gut failed. He has no guts. Okay. You guys good? This is making any sense so far? Okay. Put in the comment section which one of these is the better segment. So we did Biden press conference, Tucker's the new Trump, then we got cancel cultures, then we got one more after that. Okay. That way I kind of know which one should get priority in editing. Yeah, it helps out. Yeah, so put below like which segment. You put Biden or Tucker or cancel culture or the last one. I appreciate it, Johnson. All right. Once upon a time, the only CC I heard about was CC Pennison. I think there was also a CC Winans. And CC, like when you were writing someone something, you want the carbon copy. That's what it was, carbon copy. But lately, the CC that I keep hearing about is cancel culture. Yeah, we need to cancel culture save. We got to get rid of cancel culture. People being canceled. Now, look, if you follow this channel, you know I don't believe that. I think that's a bunch of BS. Cancel culture ain't nothing but people losing their jobs for shit they'd have lost their jobs for before, if they were outed. It's people who are not used to dealing with social media, getting called out on social media, and half the people doing dumb shit they shouldn't do and being flagrant about it. That's most of what cancel culture is in my book. But in order for the ratings to proceed and for them to be able to have something to talk about, they got to make this seem like it's the war of the worlds. They have to intensify the drama. The drama between Republicans and Democrats, conservatives versus liberals, and then somehow blame it on all the people who want Medicare for all. Because that's what they're doing. Most people who want radical change in this country are not overly concerned with superficial shit like what was said on The View or on The Talk or on Piers Morgan. The only reason why I cover those stories is because I'm trying to get viewers to say, hey, who's this guy? And then watch this show and get other important or more important stories. When I cover the nonsense, it's a meaning. There's a meaning to the end, or ends to the means, or means to the end. But when they cover it, it's the meaning to the... They mean to cover it. It's the thing. Okay, so cancel culture. Here's Greg Gutfeld in the 5 making a long thing about cancel culture. I'm only going to play some of it.
In yet another installment of Everyone's Racist, Chris Harrison won't host the next Bachelorette despite apologizing twice for defending contestant Rachel Kirkconnell after she was accused of racially insensitive behavior. If you don't watch the show, congratulations. But Kirkconnell is white, currently trying to marry the black male star. Another installment of Everyone's Racist. Chris Harrison won't host the next Bachelorette despite apologizing twice for defending contestant Rachel Kirkconnell after she was accused of racially insensitive behavior. If you don't watch the show, congratulations. But Kirkconnell is white, currently trying to marry the black male star, making her a pretty lame racist. Meanwhile, an inner circle of hell called The Talk is shutting down for a few days to investigate a conversation when co-host Sharon Osbourne defended Piers.
My bad, guys. We got to come back in here. We can't do this. I can't play the whole clip without stopping it. Here's the thing, guys, and this is important. Just to rewind a little bit here. Let's get Gutfeld back on. Let me get back on the stream of Gutfeld. Because Gutfeld is full of too much nonsense. Okay, so Gutfeld. Go, Gutfeld, go.
In yet another installment of Everyone's Racist, Chris Harrison won't host the next Bachelorette despite apologizing twice for defending contestant Rachel Kirkconnell after she was accused of racially insensitive behavior. If you don't watch the show, congratulations. But Kirkconnell is white, currently trying to marry the black male star, making her a pretty lame racist.
Okay, first of all, first of all, this show is really not about real marriage. So fuck you, because that's not what it's about. It's about pretend marriages and pretend people doing pretend things. So that doesn't mean just because somebody on a show wants to, is going to pretend to try to marry a black person doesn't mean they can't say racist shit, right? So gaslighting, gut feel for the win.
Meanwhile, an inner circle of hell called The Talk is shutting down for a few days to investigate a conversation.
I'd just like to say, yay!
When co-host Sharon Osbourne defended Piers Morgan over Meghan Markle.
I feel even like I'm about to be put in the electric chair because I have a friend who
The electric chair? Man, she's literally gaslighted. God damn. So she feels like she's being put in the electric chair because people think she shouldn't be defending Piers Morgan, the known asshole. That's not gaslighting at all. Okay, fine. Fine, Johnson.
people think is a racist, so that makes me a racist.
Yeah, defending racists makes you a racist. Or dumb. Why would people think you're dumb? Just saying.
Tell me when you have heard him say racist things. Educate me. I don't.
Okay, so I got a problem with this just because why should people have to educate you? You already said people think this about him. That's the whole criticism. Why do they have to tell you why they feel this way about Pierce? No, real talk. Why is that important? This is about you, not about Pierce. You jumped into defending. Won't you explain why you defend this guy? And why did he have such a... We already know his reasons for going after Meghan Markle, according to everything he said, were personal. And now you're defending him for personal reasons. And some people took that personally. And it's all about ratings anyway. Keep going.
I want anybody here to watch this and to
say racist things. Educate me.
I don't want anybody here to watch this and say that we're attacking you for being racist.
I think that seed's already sown.
But
Cheryl was trying to save your ass, first of all. Greg Gutfield, this is a horrible clip. That's why you spread it up, because Cheryl was trying to take Sharon Osbourne's ass off the hot seat. But, of course, with her stupidity, she wants to stay on the topic and stay on the hot seat. And then release the tears. The white lady tears are not being understood.
Osbourne's co-host Cheryl Underwood said Sharon was giving validation to something he, Morgan, has uttered that is racist. What was said that was racist? Dumb question. Doesn't matter. In a moral panic, evidence becomes unnecessary. All one needs is the accusation to burn the witch.
Wow, sounds like something you do to black people all the time, Johnson. As you listen to Greg Gutfield complain for all the white people that have been wronged during cancel culture, you'll see a running thread.
Just to note, the controversial discussion was on air. So why investigate it when you can just watch it? That's also part of the moral panic. We must do something now, or we will be next in the barrel. It makes me wonder, just by doing this monologue in which I appear to defend Osbourne, must I be investigated for giving validation to a validation of a person accused of racism? And if anyone here agrees with me, do they then merit an investigation for validating my validation of Sharon's validation?
Ah, shit. You guys listen to this shit for real? Who watches Greg Gutfield, man? Serious question, man. Who tolerates this elf-looking motherfucker? Come on, man. All right, so, look, we're not going to get into the Osbourne thing. I don't know enough about it. It just seems like reality show, entertainment, drama, just something that's like The View. Just keep you watching. They go back and forth, take the opposite side, and whatever. But Osbourne got her feelings hurt, whatever, because being called a racist is no fun. Okay, we get that. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of this cancel culture complaining that I see It's coming from one side primarily, which is white guys who are pissed off that somehow they're getting held accountable for shit they've been able to do for like ever. Hey, here's the thing. Wake the fuck up. You're in a new time, man. People have cameras, right? They got cameras, and you are typing shit on social media that the world can see, and you're also doing shit on reality shows that the world can see. If you want to be, look, part of the problem with this country is that America had a way of punishing black people for shit they didn't do. White people get upset about being punished for shit they did do. And that's what I keep saying. Greg Gutfeld is nothing but a victim, what's the word for it? He wants to pretend that white guys, particularly rich white guys, are the victims, and rich white women are the victims. And then all the rest of us, everyone else, the poor whites, the poor blacks or Latino, everyone's attacking the poor white. Look, man, at the end of the day, the amount of people that are really impacted, who lose their jobs because of Twitter or Facebook or a reality show that they're on, is very small. Okay, because most people lose their jobs for the regular reasons. Outsourcing, robots, and last hired, first fired. Oh, and also, you're black. Those are the real reasons people get fired. So this is all gaslighting, folks. You know what I mean? People, it looks like it's just white guys and white women because that's what the stories that they show. I remember Isaiah Washington on the show back 20 years ago. He got fired for an argument he had with a gay person on stage and a staff. I remember that like it was yesterday. He lost his whole career. I'm sure if we go through the books, we'll find several stories like this, where people lost their jobs for things that were borderline or things that there was another side of the story, and whoever had the bullhorn was able to get their narrative pushed through. This has been happening for a very long time. It's just now a select few people, privileged people, are the ones that are becoming the recipients of said mob justice. And then this mob justice, very different than the former mob justice, if you want to call it justice, or mob retribution, or even mob just having a good time doing a picnic with picking a Negro. Now people have reasons. And those reasons are right there in front of you. You may disagree with if Osborne is a racist or not, but she still has a show. She's still walking around fine. She's not going to the gallows, and she's good to go. Same thing with Piers Morgan. He quit his own show. He walked off the show. He wasn't even taken off the show. And now we're supposed to somehow feel bad for Piers Morgan, one of the richest people in that business. I know he's been doing well financially for a lot of years, and we will continue to do well. And you know what he'll probably do? He'll probably write a book after all of this, because at the end of the day, this is just good for his brand. And the reason why I know it's good for his brand is because if it wasn't, he wouldn't have got his pasty ass up and walked off that stage. That's why I know it's good for his brand. Because people have been talking about Piers Morgan. The last time we talked about Piers Morgan, he was making shitty comments about gun violence in the United States. That was the last time I even heard from Piers Morgan. And maybe Piers Morgan got tired of nobody talking about his ass, said to do something stupid or say something he knew would get attention, like, attack the Black Duchess, the first black woman in any way related to, married to a prince in British history. Yeah, and there's talk of racism and the media in Europe going after her ass unnecessarily. And he lives there. He knows. Everyone knows it. So this is nothing but gaslighting. Once again, cancel culture is not a real thing. They just made a topic, okay? They made a topic to separate us, to keep us fighting amongst ourselves. Most people are not getting canceled because of their tweets. Most people are getting canceled, and when I say canceled, most people are getting fired and losing jobs and opportunities because there are less opportunities and their jobs are leaving. Capiche? Hell, cancel culture, let's talk about COVID. That's the cancel culture. Stop acting like people on Twitter have power to make people lose jobs. The only thing that's happening is corporations are more concerned with their image. Oh shit, who knew? companies that spend millions of dollars building up an image don't want some snotty-nosed asshole on a cocaine binge or drunk off his ass in a hotel room tweeting some shit in the middle of the night on Twitter that sinks their brand or costs them money or makes them have to sit around on conference calls with shareholders to explain. Oh no. Back in the day, they just fire your ass. Quietly. And now because we're in the media business, everything's the media. Everyone's in the media business. Everyone on social media is in the media business. It's just some of us choose to talk about our cats. And some of us talk about the pie we ate last night. And some of us talk about a date we went on. But we're all in the media business. That's why it's called social media. So anyway, that's it. I'm good. Greg Gutfeld is a gaslighter. That's the only reason why he's on the show. Only reason why he's at Fox, the 5, that's what it's all about. They're no better than The Talk, which is no better than The View, which is no better than Tucker Carlson, which is no better than Brian Stelter. Well, okay, a little bit better. A lot better than Brian Stelter. But you get my point. Okay. Hey, guys. The relief bill, a lot of people got their stimmies. Ro Khanna sent out a tweet that said, okay, I'll bite. What's the stimmy? Now, I think Ro was playing because Ro is not 106. Stimulus check. Ro? Okay, but that's not the story. The story is this. Some people got their stimulus checks. And some people are pissed. I'm pissed. I'm real pissed. Okay, but hey, it goes on 2019. It goes on based on what was made and how taxes were done in 2019. We've had some changes around the Crawford's household since 2019 that they act like they didn't know about. But we knew because we filed our taxes and they should have been using our 2020 returns. But they didn't, Johnson. So I'm pissed. I try not to let that flower or take away from this episode. Here's the thing. As pissed off as I am about the stimulus check, I'll remind you, as I've been reminding you, the Republicans didn't want you to get that. They didn't want you to have that, Johnson. Whatever you got, they didn't want you to have it. Okay? That's the idea. Here's some results from a poll, the Morning Consult poll. Yeah, let's share this with people. Because I'm tired of people acting as if, oh my God, it's just one side. No, both parties suck, Johnson. GOP lawmakers say $1.9 trillion stimulus bill offers too much support. Too much, they say. Why are you giving all this? Why are you helping all these people? Fuck them. 2, Republicans credit Trump most with COVID-19 relief package efforts. Yeah, Trump gave $1,200 and then $600, right? Plus he gave $500 per child. And now those same Republicans are pissed with Biden's $1.9 trillion package. As you can see here. Republicans credit Trump with most of the COVID-19 relief package efforts. Share who say the following are most responsible for progress made on the coronavirus stimulus package. Some say Biden. What? Republicans think that Republicans did the best job. No, Trump. They say Trump did the best job. Who did the worst job? Democrats and Biden. And Democrats say Trump did the worst job, and then the Republicans did the worst job. And who did the most job? Democrats and Biden. And they gave 57% to Biden, as if Biden's creating legislation. The fuck out of here. Number 3. High level of support persists for $1.9 trillion COVID-19 aid package. Voters who were asked if they support or oppose the coronavirus aid package that includes up to $1,400 direct payments to some Americans, funding for schools and local governments, and the extension of increased unemployment benefits. Oh, look what we got here. Republicans don't want it. They strongly oppose it. Strongly support it and oppose it. Well, more, that's great. More Republicans support it than oppose it. Obviously, a lot more Democrats support it than oppose it. And then independents. So, look, over half in each group, and well over half of each group, and only brought down a little bit by the Republicans, support the $1.9 trillion COVID package. Somewhat support, don't know. And let's go to the next one. My favorite. More than 2 in 5 voters say COVID-19 aid bill offers the right amount of support. All voters, only 24 say too much. Look at the Republicans. 35% of Republicans think, hey, you gave us too much money. We don't need all that. That's because they think some brown people might get some money. Some black and brown people might get some money. They're getting too much money to the poor people. Not realizing that a lot of poor people are white people. Maybe they just don't care about white people or what color you are if you're poor. Okay. That could be it, you know. So here goes the big column. Offers the right amount of support. Over 50% of Democrats think this was the right amount of support. Only 38%, or 38%, which is the largest group, of independents think it was the right amount of support, and 35% of Republicans. So that's, so if you look at it really, it's kind of a popular package in the grand scheme of things, considering how divided America is, right? And I hate using that term because we've been divided forever, but over half. If you add too much support offers too much support or right support, I don't know. Yeah, it's bad. Here's the thing, guys. I guess I'll just say this, all right? Can we just say this, which is the truth? Okay. I think that we got too little support. I think the support came late, and I think it's too little. And, of course, I think a lot of the rules are bad. Okay, and how they gave the money, I don't like the means testing. I don't like looking at 2019 returns. That's horrible shit. If you, for instance, if you got custody of some children in the last year or so, they don't care. They send a stimulus check to the people in 2019, even though they had 2020 tax returns filed. Okay? Also, if you were doing well in 2019, doesn't mean you're doing so well now. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the package. I think that's probably the biggest thing. The whole purpose of the package is COVID relief, right? Well, if you were doing well in 2019, but now due to COVID you're not, you might not even qualify for it. Right? I don't even know if the Republicans who want less understand what I just stated about how this thing works and what it's based on. I guess they tend to believe people were doing worse before COVID, and now they're doing so much better, and those people are now getting money. No, it's the opposite. Most people are doing worse than they were doing before COVID. That's why we need help. I don't know how else to put this. I think it's going to continue to be a controversial issue, but all I know is as stagnant as our Congress is, as stagnant as it is, to get any relief to any people regarding COVID-19, I'm glad something happened. And I hope that what was sent to people will help majority of people find a way to survive through this mess. I hope it's not the last thing that they did. Hope that there's continued support will come through. Hope that we can hold them accountable and continue to push for that. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's great. I've expressed my own personal dissatisfaction with it, and a couple of key reasons why, even those, if it's not me, still how others are impacted, I don't agree with that shit at all. But knowing that there are people who are benefiting in some way, somehow able to take care of some bills and stay indoors, that makes me feel good. I want to see more of that. And I think we have to demand more of that. But please, guys, as we look at these projects, which is all that we have going on here in America as a project, guys, some people say it's an experiment. I'll say this. Please recognize that we got two parties that suck, and neither one is the savior, neither one is the devil. And it may look like that, but most of the time, in my opinion, they're just playing good cop, bad cop. And if they can do less, they will. That's all I got to say about that. All right, guys. I'm Real Tim Black, Facebook and Twitter. Let's go to comment section. Someone said policing, not police. Okay. My guy, guys. Check it out. Belkey Hernandez. Thank you, Belkey. Sheldon Hughes in the house. Roger, Tim. Method Man deadlifting 450 pounds. God damn. Give it up for Method Man. Wow. Method Man lift 450 pounds. It gives me hope. Them young heads don't know nothing about that. Yeah. Woo. Roger Meadows. Article 2, Section 3. Clause 1 of the Constitution for the President periodically gives the Congress information of the State of the Union. January, February. Oh, shit. That's a very good, damn. That's dope. That needs to be in my video. According to Roger Meadows, and according to the articles, check this out, of the Constitution, the President periodically must give to the Congress information of the State of the Union. January/February. Give it up for Roger with that. That's it. That's everything. That's everything. So instead of giving us the State of the Union, Biden gave us crickets. And we got this fake ass media running interference for him. And I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying those who are defending Joe Biden not talking because a stimulus check went out, that's BS. And they do nothing but expose themselves for who they really are. Similar to those people who won't criticize Tucker Carlson. So, like, you start noticing things about people in patterns. Ty said Tucker's the new Rush Limbaugh. Shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think that's closer, though. That's definitely closer than Trump. I mean, come on, guys. They want another Trump. They want so badly to conjure up another Trump, they don't know what to do, man. I bet you every night the execs over at CNN, MSNBC, go to bed worshiping, sacrificing. Let me stop there. Because people, I don't want to say more. They do rituals, blood oaths and stuff. Stuff with cows and goats. You ever seen, what's that Al Pacino movie? It's not Sin of a Woman. Devil's Advocate. Yeah, remember Delroy Lindo played the witch doctor or something with the bone? You remember that? You remember that, Roger? That's what they're doing, man. And then they nailed the nut, put the nails in the tongue. The guy couldn't talk. He was on the stand. He's like, kept drinking water. And the judge was like, for God's sakes, man. Because the guy couldn't talk. Because the voodoo guy had put, that's the type of spells and rituals that the Republicans and the media moguls are going through. The corporate media moguls. Right? Because they're trying to come up with a way to get another Trump, man. All I need to do is be a new Trump. I can't do it. But what I want to do is be really loud Tim Black. Recurring Signs now says, what Recurring Signs said? Dallas Taylor. Recurring Signs gave to the show. Thank you, Recurring Signs. I appreciate you. Dallas says, welcome to the Tim Black. What? Dallas, I thought you were a part of Tim Black Wolfpack. What up, GT? What up, GT? Thanks, GT. Glad to know, man. Johnson's been hanging like a champ for a while. So that's one thing about the Tim Black Wolfpack guys. We're so small that we all know each other. Like, we get to know each other, and it's a real community. So I encourage everybody to do what Dallas did here today, which is become a member of the show. That's what's up. Anything else? It's late as hell, I know. Tim, it's just that, you know what? Here's the problem. I got to start prepping for the show much earlier. It's totally my fault, guys. I started prepping for the show 4 hours out and still Still couldn't make the cutoff. I wanted to start the show at 10. So I got to start prepping for the show at like 5. Because you got to look up stories and not just read them, know them. Have the clips ready. Have an understanding of the information you're going to dispense and all that good stuff. So that's the problem. It's not just someone finding an article. It's like trying to source it. And anyway. So that's what it is, guys. And I'm going to try to do better. I got to do better. We must do better. Mrs. Black is like, Tim, you start too damn late. And I know I do. All right, guys, I got another channel. It's called Tim Black Short Clips. It's on YouTube. I might be changing it in a way because I wanted to catch on, and I don't know if it's doing that right now. Right now, it looks bad. Right now, I got very short clips, like a minute long on that channel. So if you like really short stuff, go to that channel, subscribe, become a member over there. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll open up phone lines. It's a lot easier for a brother. But we still got to do our research. We still got to find stories that are worth talking about. That's it. I got number love for you. Write me at tim@timbblacktv.com. Find me at Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. And Tim Black at Night on Instagram. Look, don't let nobody take your cornbread. And remember, Tucker ain't shit, but neither are the Democrats or the Republican parties. These parties suck, and so does Brian Stelter. And it's okay. You can keep 2 thoughts in your head at one time. That Tucker's not your friend, and neither is Brian, and it's cool. That's what you got to think. You got to know it. And we need to get as much out of Biden as humanly possible, because you better believe, Johnson, they're going to take as much from you as humanly possible. So that's what I'm saying, guys. If that's too hard for people to get and you can't understand that I think both parties suck and that I'm also pushing for us to get as much as we can get, and then I'm also thinking about the people who didn't get shit, like all these things have to be kept in your head at once. And it ain't easy. But, the truth is messy. The truth is messy. All right. Wolfpack.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
Cool Streams TV, the best streaming service in the world. With over 2,000 channels. Watch it anywhere on your Android or iPhone. Watch it on your tablet or any Fire device. Premium channels, network channels, pay-per-view sports. Direct access to 24/7 customer service. Go to CoolStreamsTV.com and purchase your subscription. Cool Streams TV. We are the best in the business.
Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.